Welcome everyone to your Mercury retrograde reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, this is going to be a two-part reading over here. First, we're going to get straight into the collective of the basics of what this Mercury retrograde is bringing to the table for the whole collective. And then at the end, I will do your sign, okay, to see how that's going to affect you and your sign. Okay, so let's get in here. Table's already set. It's talking about that Mercury retrograde, which starts in Aries, okay, on the 15th of March, and then we'll move into Pisces on the 29th, and then it will be over on April 7th, where it will go back direct. And of course, it will stay in Pisces, excuse me, while it's going direct. So we have some energies coming through. So this energy is saying Mercury retrograde in this sign of Aries as we speak is hot-tempered, argumentative, right? Impulsive energy. Okay. Going to have a hard time right now with decisions, right? What's going on? So watch for those tempers to fly, whether it's from you or someone around you. Okay, so we're talking about that Mercury. So no matter what, we're talking about those miscommunications, technology, meltdowns, deliberating headaches. A lot of people get headaches around this time as well. So if you know that you're prone to headaches, that could also be from that Mercury retrograde. Overthinking situations. Be careful of that as well. Aries is also about taking that action. So it might make you feel like you must respond to things immediately. Okay, or others are all of a sudden feeling like they should respond to you immediately. So however it's going to be, especially when you know that it doesn't have to be immediate, but you might feel like, you know what, I have to go now. That's that impulsive action taking place. Okay, so let's see. Get us a couple of cards over here on this Mercury. Yeah, that confusion coming in, difficult decisions weighing you down. So, you know, it's a good time right now to just avoid people who want to confuse you, right? Confusion, blurring the lines between what is going on and what's not going on. And you're going to get that a lot when it's in Pisces anyways. You know, once it gets into Pisces, it's going to even be different because now it's going to blur the line between what's fact and what's fantasy, right? So let's see over here. This is a great time for learning new things. Okay, just be careful about your communication because there is going to be a lot of miscommunication. You know, if you guys are planning things, make sure that you are always a half an hour, you know, ahead of schedule, 15 minutes to a half an hour ahead of schedule because of traffic or jams or this or that. Right? So make sure that you are, you know, taking that logic, okay, and using it to the best of your knowledge, especially because when it comes into Pisces, that logic is going to take a back seat. Okay, so let's see. Going straight to Aries over here. Absolutely. But it can be a great time for learning new things as long as you're giving yourself, you know, those extra moments just to really, you know, take extra time and just slow down and don't be too impulsive because there's going to be a lot of restless mental energy going around. So on the Aries over here, it's about that challenge. Putting up a challenge, you might feel like there's a lot of competition around you. You might even feel like you have to protect your energy. Please do protect your energy during this Mercury retrograde, as all Mercury retrogrades, right? Have this way of doing things. So this is where you're going to find that I need to maintain some control within this situation. There it is, overcoming some obstacles. Yeah, definitely. You're going to have a lot of energy swirling around you. So you might definitely be feeling like, hey, you know what? Why does everybody want to argue with me? Okay, so absolutely. So you definitely want to ground yourself. Okay. And going straight into this Pisces. This Pisces is talking about, yeah, now when it starts moving into this Pisces, you can feel like, oh, okay, here comes that fog machine. Everything's my anxiety is rising. Clarity is now becoming confusion. There's that, like I said, blurring between, those, what's fact, what's fantasy, what's real, what's rose-colored glasses. You might even be getting that effect for some of you of where did I put my glasses? Oh my God, I lost my keys. Just literally the fog machine over here going off. So, okay, so yeah. And definitely feeling like there's a lot of emotions coming out as well. So also watch those emotions. People are going to be in high emotions anyways, but it just feels like over here everybody wants to argue. Everybody wants to, debate their opinion. It's my way, the highway, right? And then over here it's like over emotions coming through, which then causes all this confusion. And it's like, come on, Mercury's already making, enough confusion as it is. Now, instead of tempers flying, everybody wants to be sad, right? Confused, over emotional, sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? Right? Because now it's going to bring that all in as this sensitivity, as it is, making closure, as it's starting to end. Wow, I like that. It's saying now I'm ending. Now this cycle of the Mercury retrograde is ending. But it's also going to allow you to make endings as well. So that's where we're going to start right now and say, okay, so how is it going to affect you, my friends? Okay, Scorpio, Sagittarius, let's see how this is going to affect you. Using the little round cards, so give me a little bit of time here. Let's see. Shuffling up. How is this going to affect you? Ooh. You have the Earth of Air, Wise Craft. That's card number 82. So nice. That's going to be that 10 breaking down to that 1. So, it's also talking about this a fresh new start, this new beginning that you have going on, right? As you're turning a leaf over here and really finding this growth at this time. So, 82, this card is talking about the inquiry over here is what practices can I embody that will bring me and those close to me for my best well-being. Ooh. The Earth of Air, as the Earth energies ascend into the interconnected intelligence and the art and craft of living wisdom is developed. So this is skillful means, passed on practices, studying, refining, and clarifying your intentions so that they can take you into the realms beyond your present understanding. This card reminds you that what is irrational to one is wise to another. It encourages you to seek both, okay, and temper yourself against anything that feels like it could trap you into any restricting zones. It's allowing you to understand that there are many doors to open. Having opened quite a few, it becomes evident that the order that you open is determined whether you can lead or not. With this in mind, you set the discernment of the natural progressions of the earth and sky, the ways that reveal and nurture your well-being. So, okay. It's a very cool book, but it's kind of, it's really cool. I use it mostly for personal readings. I mean, like one-on-one personal readings. Not so much online, but definitely in person. Yeah, I thought that they would be great for this. These would also be great for chakras since they do always use the chakras as well. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is amazing for you. It's truly amazing because this is saying whatever you're wishing for is not it's not some long lost wishes. Your wishes, your hopes, your dreams and desires are, an initial period of yourself. I mean, this is you, right? If you pursue the dreams and your happiness that you're going after, right, it's going to happen one way or another. It just depends on how you're pushing things together. Where's your motivation to get to exactly what it is without restricting things? If you keep restricting things, Mercury retrograde says, hey, this is a karma. I want to push things back to you and see if you're going to restrict these things. Are you going to put, it's almost like putting a restraining order on your dreams. Well, I don't know. My restraining order says that, after the 6 months period is up from you being able to come here. Why does it have to be 6 months from now? What's going on within your life within the 6 months that it has to do that? What's so important? Unless there is a reason because you're building blocks, it would be different. But if you're literally just putting a restraining order and putting restrictions on when your dream can come true, you have to ask yourself why. Why do I say it can only come this way? Why do I say, it's in, 4 months from now, everything's going to be great? Why did you put that there? Now, it could take 4 months to build. Now, if you know that it's something that's going to be building blocks and it's going to take you that long because you've seen and you've done the paperwork, that's one thing. But if you're literally just putting, and I'll tell you right now, a lot of the times when you think it's going to be that 4 months, the more progression and the more productivity that you're adding, the more efficiency that you're using, you'll probably find that it's going to come to you quicker than the 4 months. Right, depending on how much hard work you're putting in. But if you're just literally putting in this, that's the way it is. But you're not, Now, if you just, you write it down as, I have a time frame, between now and 4 months, that's giving room. Now you've given room for it to activate within that 4 months. But if you're just making it like, nope, can't happen for 4 months, I know that. Why? Why would you do such a thing? Unless it's a pregnancy. We're, pregnant for 9 months. And sometimes even babies come early or a little late, right? This is, you need to just keep going strong and put in this responsibility for this dream that you have. Allow the universe to support you. You're putting in all these restrictions. You're keeping yourself, you could be keeping yourself in this comfort zone. You see she's got her comfy blanket on. Why do you have a comfort blanket on your dreams? So just remember, whatever you hope to accomplish can impact your life's work. The Mercury retrograde is here, it's going to back you up to help you with your legacy. It's here to help you. Don't let this opportunity become your karmic trench, because it's a retrograde. They have no problems making things into a karmic hole, making things into karmics. Because remember, that's what Mercury retrograde is. It's about getting past karmics. So if you're worried about what other people might say and you're changing your direction because of other people, why would you do that? Right? Because the universe is literally saying you're long overdue. You keep yourself committed to what it is you want to keep yourself committed to. You're long overdue for something different. You're long overdue for what you feel can fulfill your dreams, because you're feeling, unfulfilled in some area. So you could say, I'm very fulfilled in this area, but this area I'm really working hard for. But I keep putting restrictions on. There's something about restrictions over here. You might even have somebody who's manipulating you, making poor timing. Don't let them, tell you what to do. And don't let people from your past come over try to tell you how to be disciplined. You look at your own truth and know what's going on within the situation. You're going to find, that at this time you're working so hard. Okay? If it shows you various paths of how you could get this opportunity and this goal, start writing it down. Use your pros and cons. You're going to accomplish this one way or another. If people are trying to come around to talk down to you, don't pay them any attention. Look at that. Going against your manifestation. And it could be somebody from your past, or you could even have past thoughts starting to come in that are saying, oh, wait, maybe I'm not good enough for that. No, why would you say that? Now you're putting, there's those restrictions again. Why are you putting all these restrictions somewhere that's not necessary? You're just as good for something as someone else. Everybody has a different goal. Maybe they do something different from you, but you can still get to wherever you want to be. Okay? Just depending on where you're putting your energy. Okay? Man. And I mean, that's really what it is. It says open your mind to things that are justified for you. Right? I mean, it's not like you're going to go after being an NBA basketball player when you don't know how to play basketball. Okay, I mean, come on. It's not something like that. This is something you know what you're doing. You just have to get out of that comfort zone, or do not allow someone to keep you in this comfort zone. Do not hinder your own advancement with restrictions, because this Mercury retrograde says I'm pushing you out of that. When I get to the Pisces areas, I want you to use that imagination. I want you to travel towards these dreams. I want you to feel like I'm pushing you and advancing you for your dreams, for your legacy, pushing you towards these these intentions effortlessly, right? It's going to be a very pressing issue for you, right? But also, yeah, you're going to have somebody around you who's probably could be some earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, trying to hold you back, whether it's a memory of them or it's literally them there. However it is, you're going to want to dig deep, become ferocious, and say, you know what? Nope. Use those negatives as your PowerPoint. Use them with that Aries. Make them your PowerPoint. Use that fire within yourself and say, you know what? No, I'm going out courageous. Don't let it become your downside. Let it become your power side. Don't you tell me. Use that ferociousness within yourself. You don't tell me where I'm going. Even if it's a mind, even if it's your own head. Don't you tell me, head, where I'm going. I know. And you'll end up with that extra push. Ooh, you'll be surprised how much effort you can really do and how much of a blessing in disguise you will have coming towards you as you are actually really grabbing the shit, just literally we'll just say grabbing the horns of the bull and pushing, right? And pushing towards what it is you truly want, not letting anyone push you over. Okay, so you're going to definitely find that improvement and feeling more committed towards this situation as you continue to use that strength. And then you'll have that solar eclipse come in that's going to say, hey, you know what? Good, boom. Because remember, this Pisces is going to come in on the 29th of March. It's going to see itself in right during that solar eclipse. So that solar eclipse says, oh, you want to negotiate? Here, let me negotiate with you. Let's get this fresh new start going. Boom. The tables will turn within the universe in energies for you as you are activating them within yourself. And that's where the growth comes in. 100. The turning of a new leaf. Beautiful reading, beautiful message. You guys got this. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.